$500 million. We'll see. Kong Skull Island. The trailer seemed to be well received. The somewhat recognizable faces of Tom Hiddleston, Sam Jackson,
I was trying to remember who was in that.
Will help. It opens a week after Wolverine and a week before Beauty and the Beast. I think it has a chance to outgross Peter Jackson's King Kong and Godzilla reboot, but it will perform fairly close to these two. Also, Pacific Rim and Jurassic World were really big overseas, so I think that it will help overall. Prediction: 200 to 300 million domestic, 5 to 700 million worldwide. Lego Batman. Did you watch the Lego Batman
Yeah,
trailer?
I did.
Okay, great.
It was amazing.
You're almost closer to the final boss, dude. He's only in like the third mission right now. He has a long way to go to the final boss. But anyway, the trailer was Lego Batman. The trailer was fun, very well received. Seems to be a ton of fun. It opens in February with no other kids-focused movies nearby. I think the Legos movies, Goodwill, and Batman being a household name will help this movie blow up. If it's as good as the Lego movie, expect this to be bigger overseas. Prediction: 175 to 250 million domestic, 5 to 700 million worldwide. I am more excited about the Lego Batman movie than Batman v Superman.
Right.
When I saw the Lego Batman trailer, when I went and saw Batman v Superman, I was like, oh, I want to see this movie right now instead. Suicide Squad. Now, I did watch the extended look at the Joker, and it says this one is basically in the bag for WB. Barring a Batman v Superman level critical dubbing, I think it has a chance to reach or maybe even surpass Deadpool / Guardians of the Galaxy's numbers. Tracking and awareness is high. People are looking for a new property, and Pete's Dragon looks like a bust. Prediction: 250 to 350 million domestic, 600 to 800 million worldwide.
I feel like that one, at the very least, is accurate.
Okay. Wonder Woman. I wasn't particularly sold on this trailer because of the excessive slow motion, but they appear to have nailed the setting with a mix of Thor / Captain America. I am not very excited for this movie because I'm still not sold on Gal Gadot, and Chris Pine has too much screen time in this trailer, in my opinion.
I mean, he's Steve Trevor.
Right? However, a lot of people are very excited for Wonder Woman, and I think it can break the female superhero movie box office curse. What female superhero movie box office curse? We'd have to have a lot of female superhero movies,
period,
before we can establish a curse. The Mummy and Kingsman 2 appear to be shaping up nicely, though, and will give it a stiff competition. Prediction: 150 to 250 million. Domestic, 400 to 550 million worldwide. Now, did you see The Kingsman?
Yeah, I own that movie. I loved that fucking movie.
That, to me, was the biggest surprise of, what was it, 2014, 2015 when it came out?
Yeah.
Yeah, I absolutely loved it. Justice League. The footage looked nice, but too stylized to my taste. I have been burnt twice by Zack Snyder, so I will say this is a wild card. Being sandwiched between a bunch of kids' movies and opening too close to Thor Ragnarok may hurt. First of all, if you think a Thor movie is going to hurt Justice League, you're retarded. I mean, I understand people like Thor, but they're nowhere near as iconic as Superman and Batman. That being said, Batman v Superman may have tarnished the entire DC EU.
Yeah, the Zack Snyder Murderverse.
We won't know until Suicide Squad,
right,
Wonder Woman come out.
And the thing is, like, Zack Snyder doesn't have anything to do with Suicide Squad. So if Suicide Squad is good and people love it, that should say something to WB, first of all. Might redeem them a little bit. Prediction on Justice League: 300 to 400 million domestic, 800 to 1.1 billion worldwide. That's quite a prediction there. And if if Batman v Superman couldn't pull those numbers, then how well is Justice League gonna do, really? So, Doctor Strange. This person writes, the trailer looked neat and was well received. I am still not sold on Marvel being able to pull off a Matrix / Inception crossover. The star cast is solid in Marvel, as well as Cumberbatch's popularity overseas will help. I expect this to perform close to Ant-Man, unless reviews swing to either extreme. Prediction: 150 to 250 million domestic, 450 to 600 worldwide. So, I'm a huge fan of Benedict Cumberbatch.
Right.
Okay, I think he's going to do great.
Excellent.
And Marvel has a fantastic, yes, we know Doom is in hell, Mike. But Marvel has a great track record.
I am
for their movies. So.
Super excited about them finally getting magic and mysticism into, because I mean it's such a huge part of the comics.
Right. Okay, so here's 2 bonus ones of movies that we didn't get a trailer online, but they did show some footage of at Comic-Con. So first, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Oh, yeah.
This wasn't released online, but the buzz at SDCC was extremely positive on this, with both the clip and the trailer being liked universally. The first one was something of an overperformer, and the presence of Kurt Russell and Sylvester Stallone,
What?
right, may help bring in some older folks. It is basically opening next year's summer with almost no competition for 3 weeks. I expect this to blow up, particularly overseas. Prediction: 300 to 400 million domestic, 800 million to $1 billion worldwide. Guardians of the Galaxy 2, I'm so looking forward to it. I had never heard of Guardians of the Galaxy when the first movie came out.
Right.
But when I saw that trailer, the first one, I was like, I am going to love this movie.
Yeah.
I already know.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, huge fan of Chris Pine. Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
Because of Parks and Rec.
Right.
Love Parks and Rec. And you've got... what the fuck is her name? Karen Gillan.
Yeah, Nebula.
Yes. So I'm a fan of Doctor Who, and that's what I was telling a friend of mine he's a huge Marvel fan, huge fan of Guardians of the Galaxy, the comics, and I was like, dude, I think this movie's going to do really well. And he's like, why do you say that? Because he was very worried about the movie performing. And I said, think about it. First of all, you've got your Marvel Universe fans. So the people that are going to see it just because it's a Marvel movie.
Right.
You've got your Doctor Who fans who are going to see it because it's Karen Gillan in a high-profile role.
Yeah.
You've got Chris Pratt, who has his own fans, right?
I mean, you're getting comedy fans.
Exactly.
Into it.
You've got Batista, who has the WWE fans that are going to go see it because they enjoy Batista and wrestling and all that. So I was like, I said, you've also got, I mean, James Gunn has a following. If you've seen any Troma movies, he wrote Romeo and Juliet. He co-wrote Lloyd Kaufman's book, Everything I Need to Know About Filmmaking and The Toxic Avenger. He did Slither, which was great.
That is actually, like,
Super.
I don't like a lot of horror movies, but Slither was really
I am
entertaining.
sold on any movie James Gunn does.
Fuck.
He did Super. Did you see that?
Yeah.
With Rain.
That movie is so wonderfully
good.
depressing.
And I think, honestly, that James Gunn is going to be a huge sought-after director for years to come. All right, so Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Oh,
Right?
wait,
So,
was there a trailer?
Here's what this gentleman says. Another Marvel trailer which wasn't released online, but very well received at San Diego Comic-Con. It appears to be nailing the John Hughes vibe, and it is possibly aimed at a younger and more hip demographic than the usual Marvel film. Expect it to reel in the kids and the young adult audience, but struggle with some older demographics. Okay, so that's a little troubling. It faces very stiff competition from War of the Planet of the Apes, Valerian, and Dunkirk in its first 2 weeks, as well as Despicable Me 3 in the preceding week. It may not be as big as the usual Marvel summer tentpole domestically, but Spidey has always been huge overseas, so international shouldn't be a problem. Prediction: 250 to 350 million domestic, 750 to 900 million worldwide.
I honestly feel like that person is short-selling Spider-Man, because Tom Holland in Captain America 3 was the best part of that movie, and that movie is already outstanding.
Right. No, it was fantastic. I would have to agree, and I don't struggling with some older demographics. What 35-year-old fanboy isn't going to go see it? You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I mean, what older demographics are we struggling with here?
Literally like the 65 to 80 crowd, I guess.
I don't expect my grandmother to go see it. You never know.
My grandma would probably love it. But my grandma's super cool, so...